What's up, everybody? It's your girl Q1, and I am back with, y'all know, the Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 10, Episode 3, Chin Check. First of all, this episode was thoroughly entertaining, to say the least. But since we talking about first of all, hold on, let me say this. Before I start, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video that I drop. Y'all make sure you like the videos so I can stay in the algorithm, okay? All right. So, second, listen, sorry I'm coming to y'all with my scarf on my head. I'm getting ready to go to bed after I finish this video. I have prepared myself so I can do all of this and go to bed. Third, I need my eyebrows done. Not that that's y'all problem, okay? That's gonna be my mission in life this week, to go get my eyebrows done. Lastly, first of all, let's start with these taglines, okay? Now, my favorite tagline was Angel, but looking at today's episode, I was like, girl, you really gonna give us that tagline? But you know what? And then looking at Kiana's tagline was probably one of my least favorite. But looking at today's episode, I was like, okay, like I really wanted to drag Kiana, but when you can't come on this show and being, timid, you just can't. But she give me, I want to be the villain, like. That's what she give me. Like, girl, she was just doing a little bit too much for my liking, but it's given I want to be the villain, and it's given my real personality is really starting to show, okay? All right. So let's start with these taglines. So Giselle's tagline is, when a nest is empty, it's time for naked, grown, and sexy. Okay, Giselle. Wendy, I put the high in higher education. Oh, I was just thinking I put the scam in scammer. Okay, listen, I'm sorry. All right, Stacy. Some people believe the lies, but still I rise. Listen, this is like really true station fashion. So I like her tagline. Like, I really like her tagline. Kiana's is, beauty is my business, but getting you together is my specialty. Ma'am, the person you need to get together is your man Greg, whom they pushed him on us today, and they try to make it look like he's so supportive, but we'll get there. So Tia said, you can only clutch your pearls if you have them, and darling, I have loads. Now, I thought hers was cute. Okay, so Angel said, hell had no fury like an angel scorned. I thought that was cute too. But ma'am, you should have been about your business on this tagline when it came to your damn friend. But I get it. I'm not going to check you in front of these hoes. I'm going to check you outside of these hoes. And I hope you checked her outside the hoes. But we would have liked to see you check her rather than her check you. But whatever. And dumbass Ashley. This cherry blossom is ready for her second bloom. Y'all, Ashley is just lame to me. She only had 2 lines today to make herself feel relevant. As a matter of fact, let me just get her dumbass out the way anyway. The first thing she said was at the table when she was trying to chime in on the whole Angel and Wendy situation, and I'm looking at her like, ho, is you okay, because you wasn't even there. Kind of like she chimed herself in between the fight of it all with Candace and Monique, but you took your raggedy ass to the bathroom, so you wasn't even around. Anyway, then the second time, she's talking about how Stacy went below the belt. I know the hell, I was really trying not to curse today, but I looked at Ashley like, girl, I know the hell you lying, because, ma'am, you just, and let me say this, literally, a couple days ago when Katie said you had ate her box, you called out that lady mental health of it all. But that wasn't the first time you did that. While she was in her mental health state, when she was on the show, you called her out. You only saying that because you were the cause of the fight that got Kiana clocked a little bit by your friend Big Bird, and that's what's triggering you. So, as I won't even mention Ashley no more. I'm gonna try my best to skip over those two parts, because Ashley is lame, and that's just what it is. All right. So we start the episode off with Stacy, and she said basically her and Timu. Am I saying that right? Did I say Timu is the store or Timu? The New Orleans in me is not gonna sometimes doesn't allow me to say things I want to say. So Timu or Timu, okay, I think it's Timu. They haven't told Arabella about their relationship status at the moment, and they said that they're not going to tell her. So I don't know. Anyway, Wendy and Kiana have their sit down. Kay feels like their relationship isn't genuine. They both apparently are hosting the same event, except Kay's gonna have the event, a pre-event at her house, look like, and Wendy's gonna have the event at the Derby place or whatever, the horse track place. So Kay tells Wendy, you are condescending at Ashley's event. Wendy said what Kay did was juvenile, and she saw Kay's red flags, but she had, she said, I also had your back. I'm making this face because I'm just trying to figure out when. But again, y'all drop it down in the comments below, because sometimes I forget. I tend to forget. So Kay was like, in private you move like a friend, but then in public you move like it's phony. So Wendy feels like, Kay is like you're being needy. You need me to hold your hand, and I'm a grown ass woman, and I'm just not in those spaces. And Kay just basically feels like Wendy is phony. Wendy laughs at her. Kay gets mad, and more childlike, gets mad, get up and walks away. And Wendy goes next to her and hugs her and laughs some more. So for me, it's like, in Wendy's mind, this bullshit is not that deep, but to Kay, it is deep. But I also feel like it is for a storyline. But then, if these are your friends, if you're saying Kay is your friend and she's having concerns, then make some allowances and work on yourself and how you show up for your friend. If you don't want to be her friend no more, then don't be her friend. And it's just as simple as that. Now, for me, I can understand where Wendy come from, because I have been a friend to these people, and everybody has burnt me. So it seems as though I don't have room for a friendship. I only have room for co-workers. So I'm just saying, y'all, again, I could be wrong. So then we get to Angel and her family. So we see Bobby's mom, Angel's dad, Angel and Bobby. And we find out that Angel's mom passed away 10 years ago. She has a beautiful family. Her mother-in-law, her dad, beautiful people. Her kids are cute, like her husband. Really beautiful family, And looking at Angel's energy, she's just not on this rah-rah energy. Like, her and Kay are totally different. Her and Kay are like night and day. And this energy that Kay feels like she has to show up with in order to prove a point, sometimes it gives I wasn't heard as a child, and so as an adult I'm gonna be heard. You're gonna hear my me. And it's a bit annoying, but at the same time I'm just like, okay girl. Anyway, Angel tells Bobby about the situation that happened about her being chin checked. She says she woke up, she woke up upset. She thought about it, and the next morning she woke up, she was upset. She said because she's surprised at Kiana. Angel said it's not a big issue, but when she feels disrespected, it's an issue. So now I'm confused. Do you feel disrespected or you don't? Because you kind of said the same thing later on in the episode, but we will get there. So then we get to Stacy and Jazzy. Hey girl, hey, you back. I guess we gonna usher her back in. So they talk about, raggedy ass Mia ditching them. Y'all remember they went to Miami for Mia's party and she ditched them, and they still would have been peeling me off of Mia, and you would have been giving me my money back with your broke Bigfoot ass. You right. Let me back. She ain't here no more. She ain't here. Okay? The known stripper ain't here. Anyway, Stacey apologizes to Jazzy for not being a good friend. Stacey tells Jazzy how the ladies have been ganging up on her, and then she pulls out a picture with Giselle and some dude. Maybe it was the dude from the show. I don't know. Maybe it was the dude from the hotel show. And, she talks about, you talking about me being with somebody, but, you got back with your ex, and, even now you have somebody. So why is the standards different for me? Because they don't particularly care for you. Okay? And I don't understand. I like Stacey. So in the next scene, we see Tia and Rob. And I just want to say this to Tia and Rob. It's okay for your kids to tell you how they feel. But it is the tone that that comes out of the throat of your kids. Okay? That thick ass tone that almost sounds like an attitude. That's what the oldest one was given. That's what the oldest one was given. I'm just saying, ma'am, check your little girl's attitude. Okay? It's okay for them to be expressive and say how they feel. But I guess it's this teenager attitude or energy, or nobody understands her. I don't know, but kids are off limits. Anyway, her and Rob go outside and they talk. She tells him how supportive he is, and she wants one of the kids to, I guess, basically help them out by doing a meal per week instead of both of them doing it. It just seems as though they have different parenting styles, and they're having not really scheduling conflicts, but one is doing more than the other one because one is more busier than the other one. Okay? Tia says she don't do rude children, but ma'am, one of your kids was rude, and that's all I'm going to say. Okay, listen, y'all saw it, so don't beat me up in the comments too bad. But I know y'all saw what I saw. We got to be honest. We have got to be honest about what our eyes are seeing, what our ears are hearing. I'm just saying. So Tia meets up with Giselle, Wendy, and Angel. They're at this store that has Giselle's name all over it. That lady met Giselle and said, everything you have worn is in here. All the techiness that you love is in this store. Okay? It was given tacky decor, tacky. Okay? Again, I got on a whole black dress that I've been having for 10 years ago. I told y'all I am not the best, but I am a whole lot better than Giselle. Y'all go check my pictures on my Instagram. I'm just saying. So all I'm saying is we see where Giselle bought all of her clothes from, and Just like she got rid of Kel, she ain't get rid of Kel. Kel just ain't been in that head no more. She needs to find a new stylist or a new store. Okay? So she tells Tia, you know, what Tia had on at Angel's event, it wasn't stylish, girl. I said, I was Tia, and Tia didn't say this, but I feel like Tia wanted to say this. Like, bitch, I know you lied. You got some nerve, okay? Girl, you cannot say that somebody is not stylish. You in the word style cannot be in the same sentence, my girl. Okay, because ma'am, okay, it's all right. So Wendy shows up, and Giselle said that the group haven't been having fun, and so Angel was like, so nobody had fun in my event. So what's her name, Wendy, and Giselle was like, no. And I was like, that's because y'all not familiar with a peaceful space. All y'all do is chaos and mess, okay? That's all I'm saying. Giselle said that the ladies are going to, I forget the name of it, but it's in the Caribbean. Angel said this will be her first trip since the baby, I would believe, been born, because she's a pumper. And so she's going to have to pump and freeze. Listen, I've never breastfed, so I don't know. But she's going to have to pump, pack, and freeze. Okay? So Wendy was looking around at the clothes. I just wanted to point this out. And Wendy was like, baby, who are these clothes for? Grandmother? She said, I think I'm going to have to get my mama something, girl. You might as well go and get your mom some Nigerian garb, authentic Nigerian garb, because these outfits in here was garbage. Okay, garbage. Okay. Anyway, Angel asked Wendy how did her conversation with Kay go. Wendy said it was okay, so we flashed back to them arguing. And at that point, they did argue about which one of them didn't like Giselle. And I know Wendy probably does not like Giselle, but do you blame her? But again, Wendy knows politics. She knows how to go along to get along. Anyway, Wendy said she told Kay her point of view, basically, and she was trying to understand Kay's point of view from a betrayal standpoint. And Wendy was like, I wasn't getting it. I wasn't receiving it. And so I guess, Wendy, we're going to let you have that. All right. So Giselle asked Wendy about the makeup comment she said to Kay. Tia said, well, the way Kay brought it to us, it didn't sound nice. Wendy said that's because she made it not sound nice. So somebody lying. We just need to find out which one of you heifers are lying. Giselle asked Angel, was her and Kay good? Why do you keep asking them that? You asked them that last time, and you're going to ask them again. Angel said Kay said that she did not say that. Giselle says she don't be lying. Now, I will say this. I think when it comes to being messy, she will tell the truth. Sometimes she'll lie about your husband, but about other mess and garbage and gossip, and well, all of that is a part. She is a liar. She both. When it comes to clearing her name, she's going to throw people under the bus. Okay? So Angel said she had an issue with it, and she will talk to Kay. So apparently, between them shopping in the mall and that event at that pre-game event at Kay's house, they must have had a conversation. It was 2 days apart, so they had to have a conversation. I don't know. So we get to Kay's pre-game event. And why is Greg back? Oh, he just looked musty. All of a sudden, he's just so nice and so supportive. And again, I just didn't like his mistreatment of Kay, and all of a sudden, Kay mom and Greg, they're not at a good place, but I guess they're going to get there. I don't know. But let me tell y'all, I did not say this last time because honestly, I was just watching the show to take my notes. But when I looked at Kay's mom, oh my God, that lady looks like a big sister. That lady don't even look 40. That lady look good. Like, I don't know how old her mama is. I don't know if her mama had her really young, but Kay looks extremely young as well. Like, she doesn't even look like, she look like she's like 30, 31. Like, I don't even know how old Kay is, but she looks extremely young. And so does her mom. So, Stacy arrived. So Kay said in her confessional she's being a bigger person, and I'm looking at Kay like, girl, you been on Stacy ass. What did Stacy do to you for you to come here and say you being a bigger person? You been on her for whatever reason, and again, that's probably a part of that pact that y'all had to target Stacy. But you going with whatever bullshit they going with, it makes you look like a duck. It makes you look lame. It makes you look crazy. So Ashley arrived, Giselle arrives, and Giselle. Y'all, can we talk about this two-piece foolishness along with this flower that was just like this on the top of her head? I think it was a hat. I thought it was a flower, but I really believe that was a hat. And I was like, see, this what we talking about. And then the outfit she had in her hand at that little stove, I was like, girl, it is giving Dillard's in the women's section. Girl, this lady. Giselle is a pretty lady, okay? I really tried to give her grace, even with all of that pink, that hot pink outfit she had on. I really tried to give this lady grace, but her outfit choices are terrible, okay? So Greg, again, he's being Mr. Wonderful. Okay, I just wanted to point that out. I want everybody to know how good Greg is. I want everybody to know how amazing Greg is. Okay? If you don't know that, you would know that by the end of this video. Okay? So Wendy and Angel titties arrived. Okay? I was like, girl, them things about to fall up out of the top. But you know, my girl breastfeeding. Anyway, so good old Giselle, you know, it ain't a party until she bring up some mess. So Giselle asks, how did we end up here? And Kay said, you know, there is a first, better, and best when it comes to Wendy. Here we go with the Kay and her bullshit. If you don't like Wendy, say you don't like Wendy. If you don't want with her no more, say you don't want with her no more. But again, I'm going to keep saying, maybe you doing this because you truly don't like her and you have your friend and she really rubbed you the wrong way. You don't like her because of Karen. You may not like her because of Giselle. But whatever it is, you keep poking at this lady. Again, it's giving, I said this episode or two ago, it is giving, let's get rid of Stacy and let's get rid of Wendy. So Stacy asks, what does that mean? Kay said, you know, Wendy likes to be first, better, and best. Wendy said I think it's awkward to have a constant desire to have an issue with me. Wendy said there is no problem. Now the whole time you see Kay mama looking like she ready to pop off, ma'am. I mean, you cute and all of the things, but ma'am, go somewhere. She's just sitting there looking like, I wish somebody would say something to you, my baby. And ma'am, you see how your baby is sitting here being an asshole. Okay, I just wanted to point that out. Giselle says to Angel, again, nobody's seeing Giselle stirring the pot, but we just gonna say she pushing the storyline, so I'm not mad at it. Giselle says, Angel told her you went back and said that Kay, Angel told Giselle that you went back to her, that she said you did not say chin check. We back on this chin check comment again. She said that means, so Giselle was like, listen, I'm no liar. That means somebody, you're calling me a liar, and I'm no liar. I'm not lying. And I just wanted to clear that up. So Angel says to Giselle, I'm not calling you a liar. I'm saying she would not use those words to refer to me. She said, y'all may not think it's a big deal, but to me, it's really aggressive. I think this is what everybody was talking about. You're saying that it was aggressive. You said to your family, you basically said the same thing, that you was angry about it. And then when we get here, and so to the ladies at the store, you said that it was sort of an issue. You said that this is your third time saying it. And so to the ladies, it looked like now I'm being docile in front of my friend's face. So Kiana apologizes to Angel for saying it. She said, and she apologizes to Kay for not having her back. I don't know where that came from, but that may have been from the comment when it was at Kay's event. And Angel was like, kind of not really taking up for Wendy, but just trying to get Kay to see from a different lens. And Kay just immediately felt like, you need to have my back. Which, again, lends me to believe that they had some type of conversation. So Wendy tells Angel, your energy at this event is not the same as you had it at the store. Giselle and Tia said facts. They both agreed. And I really thought that they was being messy, but then when you see Angel and how she referenced and how she felt versus, and we never seen her have this conversation with Kay, so we're going to assume that conversation never happened. So we have all of these different conversations, but then when you get in front of Kay, it's not that. But again, Angel gives me the type of person, I'm not going to check you in a room full of bitches. I'm going to talk to you outside of here because me and you are friends. So let me skip that, girl, because why is you here? Okay? Why is you here? I thought, I'm gonna say this, I thought that the ladies were being messy, and I also felt like they want those two friends to argue. That's how it looked. It looks like I'm gonna throw a wrench into this friendship, and I'm about to sever this friendship because we need them to argue. And I was hoping that they wouldn't give them that, right? I was hoping that they wouldn't fall for the bait, because again, she stirred the pot. Wendy has something to say. It was like a back and forward, like an AKA back and forward, baby. I don't know, but I was hoping they wouldn't fall for the bait. So Angel said, I was angry because I was hurt. So Wendy said it looked like, she said in her confessional, it looked like I think she said in that moment it looked like they did have a conversation. But Kiana told her not to come with this energy. Oh, I'm sorry. Wendy did say in her confessional that it looked like they did have a conversation outside of everybody, and Kiana may have told Angel not to come with that type of energy, or else there will be a problem. That was Wendy's thought process of this whole thing, all of this based upon Angel's reaction at the moment. So Kay tells Angel, friend, you have the right to feel how you feel, and as your friend, I'm going to give you that in good faith. How I understand this could be heightened, and her attitude started changing, but whatever chat that was y'all had, I hope that this was the last time. And when I tell you, Angel didn't say a whole ass thing. Let me move forward. Angel turns to Wendy and she lets her know about that energy was 2 days ago. She said she really had time to sleep on it. So Kiana, as Angel was talking to Wendy, Kiana asked Angel twice, "Do you like this lady?" referring to Wendy. So apparently they may have had a conversation, and it seems as though whatever conversation Angel and Kiana had, she's now bringing it up, making it seem like Angel said she didn't like Wendy. So Stacey said, "Why don't you like Wendy?" I'm sorry, y'all. Wendy said to Angel, "So now you don't like me?" Angel said, "I don't like where this conversation is going and the fact that you're calling me fake." And so Kay tells Angel, "But that is being fake." And it was just like, girl, Angel, if you don't step out of that peace mode and windmill. Wendy said, "So you're going to have this energy towards me and not the person who said they will chin check you." Got it. So Angel said she had a chance to sleep on it. She said it again. So then Greg comes to lighten the load, and he give Kiana about $200. Okay, because that's what it looked like. It looked like $200 in 20s. Okay, Greg, please. Okay, just get out of our face. So again, Giselle messy ass want to toast to Angel because at this moment everybody had got in a Sprinter van. She said because she looked sad. Angel said she wasn't sad, she was mad. Again, why didn't you express your concerns to the person you was mad at? But you keep saying, but then you say you was mad at Wendy. You're really mad. Yeah, you might be mad at Wendy for what she said, but you need to be mad at Kiana and how she handled you in front of these group of women and how she's been handling you in front of these group of women. Kiana wants you to have her back, like right, wrong, or indifferent. And it doesn't matter who they're in front of. In a way, Kiana came off this episode was who she really is to the core. So I'm wondering this attitude, this thing that she have, and I'm gonna call it a little aggression. This attitude that she have, I wonder if that was what her mom was talking about when she said, "I don't like how you are being with Greg." I wonder if it's the same energy that Kiana carried in this episode, because the shit was stank. She was stank even when she talked to Wendy. So let's just have a conversation. But I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know. Angel said in her confessional she feels misunderstood by the ladies in the group. She says she's not here for anyone's validation, and I get that, but you need to check these hoes, especially your friend, because your friend feels like she can talk to you any kind of way. Kay explains to Angel how it is in the friend group, and as she explained that, Stacey was like, "But why you come to me so aggressively?" Kay said, "You are a different story." How, Sway? What did she do to you? She didn't do nothing to you. You jumped in whatever agreement they had to come off on Stacey, and ever since this season started, you've been going off on that lady. I want to say even ever since the reunion, you act like you had a problem with her, and there is no reason for you to have an issue with her. Kay tells Stacey, she was excited about her, blah, blah, blah. And Stacey said, "But you haven't invited me to any of your events." And that is true, because she just had an event and Stacey wasn't there. This was the only event we saw Stacey at, and that's probably because everybody was there. Kay said, "You wasn't on my list." She said that to Stacey. But Stacey was like, "Listen, you haven't invited me to any of your events," and she said that's very shitty of you. Kay said, "You wasn't on my list." And so Wendy points out Kay's attitude. Kay spills a drink on her chin, and Wendy said to Angel, "Use your dress to clean it up since y'all been friends for 20 years. Was like, girl, what is happening right now? Kay tells Wendy to mind your business, and Angel says she can't. So now you're back on you're trying to prove to your friend that you have your back by going at Wendy. Got it. And at this point, the person who has stirred the pot is sitting there laughing. And Kay is telling Wendy, F off. She keeps saying it. Again, the way Kay expresses herself is extremely childish. like childlike, if you ask me. I guess that's the only way she know how to back people up off of her. Kay then yelled and said, I'm tired of these hoes, especially the one next to me. The one y'all know she was talking about, Stacy. Stacy said, why am I a hoe? So Kay and Angel tells her it's a colloquialism. Okay. So Stacy said, she said, oh, I don't want to get chin checked. I'm sure you're the person to show me. Stacy, when I tell y'all, Stacy been eating Kay up. Ashley, again, she made her comment, and ma'am, the problem I have with you is you need to be checking to see if your mama is still under the roof with that, under the bridge with that nigga. Okay, otherwise sit there, shut up, and leave us deep alone. All right. Because she said Stacy was taking it too far, but Ashley, you have done things, you have said things, you have written statements on Candace. You walked in that lady, you went in that lady house after she asked you to leave. I would have stabbed you with that butter knife. Okay, you have done so much to so many people, and now you just don't like Stacy. Again, they have created Kiana and Ashley. They have created this beef so heavy with Stacy that they don't even like her. And it's not even warranted at this point. Like, whatever their angst is with her isn't even necessary at this point. And I really stand on that, y'all. I do. Anyway, this was the episode. Let me know what y'all think about these taglines. Drop it in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about Kay's attitude. Let me know what y'all think about these arguments that Kay is getting into it with everybody. What y'all think about Jassy coming back? And do you think Jizzy is stirring the pots, or is she moving the storyline? Like, I don't know. Yeah, y'all let me know, and let me know what y'all think in the comments, and I will. Tomorrow I think I'm gonna come back to y'all tomorrow with Insecure and another episode of The Game. I think the next time I'm gonna see y'all is Wednesday. All right, peace.